Well, while FEMA is helping residents who had to flee Hurricane Ian, some pets may have been left behind with no way to escape. I hope people brought their pets with them. So it's up to animal shelters and organizations like Big Dog Ranch Rescue to save the lives of our fur babies. Joining me now is Lori Simmons. She's the founder and CEO of Big Dog Ranch Rescue. Lori, thank you so much for the work that you do. I have to first know, my apologies, I did not introduce our third guest who's there with you. So if you would please introduce us and tell us a little bit about the pet rescues you have going on right now.
Well, this is Little Winston. We rescued him from the Gulf Coast Humane yesterday in Fort Myers. Unfortunately, he was one of the ones that had to be surrendered due to evacuation from the storm, and they knew they would have no way to care for him after the storm. So this is what happens to pets in natural disasters. They end up being the last to be cared for.
That's so heartbreaking. So thankfully, at least families surrendered the dog and didn't just leave their fur baby behind, but that happens as well. So tell us about your organization. Like, do you just work with families who surrender? Do you go out and find pets who've been left behind?
So Big Dog Ranch Rescue is the largest no-kill dog rescue in the country. We started about 15 years ago and have grown it due to the need. We take dogs from high-kill shelters that are in danger of being euthanized. We take owner surrenders that, unfortunately, due to the current inflation problem throughout the country, with higher cost of rents and fuel and groceries and veterinary care, that have to make the decision to give up their pets. We have become very much first responders during hurricane crises. We did 6,000 animals out of Puerto Rico after Maria and Irma, 1,600 out of the Virgin Islands, and several hundred after Dorian in the Bahamas. So we understand how these pets suffer and they get left behind with no food and water and nobody to care for them. And they're not like a human where they can go out and find help themselves. They rely on other humans to save their lives. So we like to be there right away for the animals and to also help the people that are caring for them.
I could not imagine leaving my pet behind, their family. I don't know, people I know who are parents to fur babies say, I couldn't love this thing more if I birthed this thing, you know? So it's just so heartbreaking to hear that. What can people do if you do find yourself in a circumstance where you just literally cannot care for an animal anymore? What are some options for people instead of surrendering the dog to a kill shelter or just abandoning them, which is so incredibly cruel? What kind of resources can people look for?
Researcher rescues that actually are responsible. They're for saving probably 70% of the animals that get saved from kill shelters, from different places, from disasters. So support rescue. Here at Big Dog Ranch, we take in over 5,000 animals a year, and we've just expanded to Alabama to another huge facility that we're opening to be able to help more, which will increase our intake up to about 10,000 a year. But people don't realize when shelters are overcrowded, they have to make the tough decisions. County shelters, with so many dogs coming in on so much space or resources, they have to make a very tough decision to euthanize, even though they don't want to. So many shelters hold the dogs 3 to 5 days if they're not reclaimed by the owner or adopted or rescued by a rescue. They're unfortunately leaving in a body bag, and it's so unnecessary for these pets that are so adoptable. People need to quit buying from breeders, going to pet stores and rescue it.
Adopt, don't shop. Do not go to breeders. Adopt, don't shop. There are so many pets who need good homes. And I will just tell you, Lori, I'm a huge pit bull advocate. So I just want to take a moment of personal privilege and tell people pit bulls are the best dogs. They're trainable. Don't let the bad rap scare you away from pit bulls, because they were the nanny dog, and they are great with kids. So.
I 100% agree, and unfortunately, because of the bad rap pit bulls they are the #1 dog euthanized in kill shelters, and they're the #1 dog not adopted. So they need to stop breeding them throughout the country.
Yes.
There's many, and legislation is another way with stopping backyard breeders and puppy mills that we can make a bigger difference. We're working on that, but
yes.
Right now, with the crisis at hand over there on the west coast of Florida, we witnessed when we were stopped going 3 miles an hour heading to our third shelter to pick up dogs and drop off supplies. In Northport, the Mayaca River the levee broke, and people were being rescued out of their homes. They were waiting in chest-deep water, holding their animals above them. We saw them walking down I-75 with literally a garbage bag.
Wow.
That we were stopping and giving them food and water and supplies, offering help.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Storm damage has not ended with the Mayaca River overflowing. It's
devastating. We're showing scenes from that now. It's devastating. Thank you so much for the work you do. I appreciate your love for pit bulls. Save a pit bull. Euthanize a dog fighter. Pit bulls are the best animals ever. Thank you so much, Lori Simmons, for everything. Truly, we appreciate you.